It takes quite a bit of courage to attempt to be true to yourself and go after the life you wholeheartedly desire to create and live. But here's an important side note. Once you actually figure out who you are and what part is yours to play, it requires a ridiculous amount of courage and bravery by you to actually play the parts. And that is exactly what I want to help you with in this video, to encourage you to exercise your boldness and help you understand the absolute necessity of putting yourself out there in life. You see, having a good portion of raw talent is one thing, but being daring enough to put yourself up on a stage or platform to express that talent is a whole different ballgame. And this is what separates dreamers from achievers. But many people are simply too afraid or unwilling to put themselves out there in this manner. They're afraid of not being good enough or not measuring up. And I think this is where a lot of people get stuck or hung up in their goal-seeking process. They let themselves get paralyzed or frozen by their own fears, insecurities, or feelings of inadequacy. But there is great danger in this. I repeat, great danger. Because it's like quicksand. Allowing yourself to be trapped in your fear and insecurity can keep you stuck in place en route to your dreams. For until you have the audacity to really go after something and let yourself be vulnerable in the process, you can't really experience the thrill of having or attaining it. In the dictionary, reward comes before risk. However, in real life, it's the other way around. Risk is generally on the complete opposite spectrum of reward, and it begins with much courage and bravery on your parts. Between the life that you have and desire, there is this thing called boldness and bravery. It is imperative that you exercise these things if you want to become the person that you have it in you to become. And trust me, I know how scary this can be. When I started making these YouTube videos, there were a few friends and family members who actually laughed at me. They told me my videos would probably be dumb and that nobody would want to watch videos on how to be more inspired or on how to improve your life. But I didn't really care. I believed in what I was doing, and I wasn't going to let a few skeptics stand in my way. And I just started doing it. And trust me, there are honestly times when I feel a little bit vulnerable still. I mean, I'm pretty much displaying my deepest thoughts, ideas, and feelings here. Not to mention showing my home to the entire internet world. It's sort of like opening up my journal for the world to read. Sometimes on the path to becoming your highest self, you're going to have to do things which make you feel a little vulnerable. And it is probably going to seem risky putting yourself out there, especially when you are feeling timid or afraid. But you have to allow yourself to feel these feelings and keep pushing through them in order to overcome the fear and anxiety. The only way out of fear is straight through it. And moving through it is highly essential to your success. So here's the thing. Let's say that perhaps maybe you feel like trying to accomplish your goal is going to be a little unnerving, or like you're going to have to really stretch yourself and get out of your comfort zone to accomplish it. Well, the truth is, you will most likely have to do this, for it takes stretching yourself and throwing yourself out there to accomplish anything worthwhile. But here is an important fact to consider. Sooner or later, you have to be willing to showcase your talents, or nobody will ever get to see the real you or the magic that you possess. The beauty of this is that as you courageously step out onto the stage, or whatever platform you have chosen for expressing your talents, you will get the opportunity to perfect and sharpen your skills or talent level. And this is the exact place where your talents get refined or polished, by you actually practicing them or showcasing them in front of others. Oftentimes when we first get serious about a goal, our talent level is kind of dull, like a butter knife. But as we push ourselves through our fears and insecurities, practice our asses off, and showcase our talents to others, our talent becomes sort of sharp, like a chef's knife. And that is when people start to take notice and say, hey, that Johnny over there is really talented. Sometimes on our journeys towards a more authentic life, we have to bravely push ourselves through much fear, self-doubt, and uncertainty. We also have to traverse down several unclear or unmarked streets just to find our own way. I was actually kicked out of the church I was raised in for being me, for being a little too open-minded about religion, and for walking my own unique spiritual path. I learned quickly that you can become quite unpopular by your peers and community for thinking outside of their box. Many of my longtime friends and family members even turned me away for this. But nonetheless, I have continued to be me and blaze my own trails through this life, because I'm not interested in finding acceptance from family or friends who don't love me and accept me for who I am. I am only interested in fulfilling the dictates of my soul, walking to the beat of my drum, fulfilling my destiny, and staying true to me. And I think this is a big part of what makes me the unique person that I am. I don't really give a damn what people think of me, and I certainly don't want to fit into any mold or pattern. I would rather make my own way through this thing called life. And I'm certainly not afraid to be me, because I like the person that I am. I like what my life is about, and I like the life that I have created for myself. And trust me, there is great power in this too. For once you get to this point where you are willing to be you, in spite of ridicule or judgment from others, this is where great things will start to happen for you. Finding the courage to be you is like finding a magic key that will unlock secret doors to your future. And being real and genuine can lead you through some pretty amazing doors. I have learned this through my own life experience. When you have defined your life's mission and values, and you begin to act on them, being true to you first and foremost, then you can make every day of your life more fulfilling than the last. By being courageously you, you will experience a new euphoria, a new optimism for life. This takes a lot of braveness though. It requires you coming out of your shell and being willing to express realness and vulnerability. But this is an unmistakably essential requirement for getting closer to the real you, closer to your real destiny. Coming out of your shell is taking off the pretentious layers or false masks and being the person that you feel you were meant to be in the depths of your soul. It is aligning yourself with your real nature. I have found that in life, discovering who you are is the easier part, while having the courage to be who you are, regardless of others' support, approval, or understanding, is oftentimes the more challenging and crucial parts. Courage is not something we are automatically born with. It is something we have to develop by exercising our courage muscles on a regular basis. We all have inborn impulses that urge us onward toward our goals, toward our life's path. Our souls know the agenda that we have come here to fulfill. And though no one else can do it for you, I promise you, you have what it takes to be magnificently successful at being authentically you. I challenge you to go ahead and allow the beautiful person waiting inside of you to come more fully to the surface as each moment passes. Let yourself and the world around you know the joy and fulfillment that is meant just for you to experience and express. If others disapprove of you or give you a hard time, don't worry about it. It's their problem, not yours. Just understand that they are probably giving you a hard time because they are envious or jealous of you for attempting to live more passionately and authentically, something they themselves don't have the courage to do. You were created on purpose for a unique, divine, and noble reason. You are an incredible, magnificent creation. There is nobody else in the world like you. So just be you, the realest version of you that you can be. No one anywhere in the world can duplicate your unique expression of your gifts and talents. Nobody can offer your community or the world your unique contributions. And right now, you have everything you could possibly need within you to become a glorious new creation and to bring forth a glorious new life. All it takes is exercising a bit of courage and boldness. Find it within, the courage to be you and walk through your own fears to arrive on a golden shore. Walking through your fears and being brave enough to be who you really are is the thing that will change everything for you. And this is something you can only learn by being truly you. You have to get to the point where you are more afraid of not being true to yourself than you are of performing below par. John Irving once said, if you're lucky enough to find a way of life you love, you have to find the courage to live it. This is exactly what I'm talking about here. Be courageous, Be brave. Don't be afraid of failing. Just start failing forward. It's one of the quickest ways to reach your goal or hit your target. Being courageous enough to try and possibly even fail until you get it right is what makes or breaks your life. My name is Justin Topic. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel for more inspirational, motivational videos. I post a new video every week. And remember, live with passion, my friends.